Hello everyone and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today we are going to be doing a little Reina with Rubicon Switch and Hernando Cortez. So without any further ado, let's fire it up and see how we do. Alright, let's do this then. Alright, we're gonna do a little bit of setup, and then we're hopefully gonna start really pulling money away from our opponent. Because what we're gonna do is if we can force ice reses, we're gonna do some Rubicon Switch stuff. Now, of course, the way that our opponents can get around this is just by never resing ice, but the idea being that hopefully, we can just win if they do that. Alright. I'm sure we're going to get comboed at some point soon here. That was stupid. I ran last click, so I couldn't use Rubicon. Alright, so now we have Hernando and Rubicon Switch. So ice is going to end up costing our opponent a lot more than they would like, and then we can de-res it for less. I mean, unfortunately, These decks I still don't know what to do because I can't ever outmoney them, so we probably just lose. Like, this is the problem with Reina, is the purple ice is like is almost impossible to deal with for her. Like, unless I get off to an incredibly good start. I have to wonder if Los might be just better because he gains a benefit, you know? It's tough. I made this after getting home from work yesterday. Yep. I'm pretty sure we just lose here. Yeah, I think we're just cooked. Because anything that we're gonna try to do is we're gonna get like one access off HQ and then they're gonna win. So hopefully like all these CI MCA decks don't become the norm, because that would be really miserable. I guess I could have, just to try to get their money back in order. I don't know. It's tough. My own personal testing is not going nearly as well as I would like. I'm not really finding something that I really enjoy. What are other people working on? Morning seeds. All right, let's do this. Let's mulligan. If possible, you want to try to start with Rubicon Switch in your opening hand, since it's the key combo. I'm trying to give old Reina a shot because maybe, maybe with some of the money assets gone, and there being less overall money cards, her ability can be leveraged again. That's probably an agenda. Yep. Come on, Rubicon switch. We're good on money for right now. Okay, so here's where things are gonna get weird. So let's go into HQ. Okay, we can leave that for now. Let's play the mining accident while the mining accident's good. The reason I have the mining accidents in here is because long term they make my conspiracy breakers more palatable. No, can't get an ice carver. All right. We really need to find Rubicon switch. Get Vigil down. And let's get itinerant protesters down, reduce that hand size. Where is Rubicon switch? So, one of the neat things about the way Vigil works is you either get a free card, or people bend over backwards to keep under their max hand size. Either one of those works pretty well. Okay. So, first things first, let's run R&D. So it just cost our opponents 9 to res a Fairchild 2.0. So I feel pretty okay about that. All right. Working hard for the money. Oh, what a lifesaver you are, Ice Carver. I don't know what precisely our play is here. We need to money up a little bit and try to get into HQ. My favorite part about this is that if my opponent has more than 10 bucks, Fairchild 3 costs 11 to res. Go into server 3. This is so dumb. This is tough. I guess it's gotta be Cortez. We've got another copy of him. Okay. Yeah, I can, but I also want my opponent to be completely broke, because I think this turn we're gonna turning wheel into HQ and make some stuff happen. I'm not playing this as well as I should. All right. That is the truth, Ratsuka. We still haven't seen Clippy. Um, Clippy is a card that exists in my deck, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the Architects of Tomorrow interaction is really interesting because their ice doesn't cost full price. So the exchange that I'm getting here isn't as good. Yeah, this run is essentially free, so let's go ahead and keep doing that. Farm up some counters. Except for we won't do it last click. Just in case our opponent decides that they want to be spicy. We'll draw. And discard Clippy. Spinal Modem, that's an interesting choice. Come on. 1 credit to break Ravana is pretty good. These Fairchild 2s are nightmarish for this deck. So what's your influence, Retsuka, in your deck? Digging deep. You have Trimath. Only 2 Rubicon switch, huh? I have 3 and 3 because I want to make sure that the deck works. Two, 3 extra cards. Corporate sales team. Heimdall. Okay. Money is starting to run dry, so we need to be winning soon. Check archives. See, that's where this deck shines. A 10 cost Ichi. Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm certainly having that problem myself, where a lot of times people will just say, well, I guess I just won't res anything. And then, since our multi-access plan is not very good, that becomes a very serious problem. But I do appreciate, you know, even with all the free bucks, we're able to do some very serious cred denial. Yeah, I like Bagat in these tough style of decks. I like equivocation. I'm a strong proponent of putting equivocation in everything. That's why I have the scrubbers in there. Welcome to the struggle bus. I like mining accidents as a way of reducing the costs associated with conspiracy. Oh yeah, this deck is pretty good against Soul, actually. Surprisingly. Alright, let's go into R&D. So we're gonna Begot flip that top card there. Then we're gonna go back into R&D. And see a fresh card. This is ugly, but we do what we can. Okay. So let's go into HQ. Please draw cards. I would love it if you drew cards. All right, now we should win on this poll. Statistically speaking. Um, hmm. Yeah, Crescentius is gone, unfortunately. Okay, so somewhere in this place, there is an agenda for us to steal. That's actually very good for us because that gives us fresh cards to look at. That should do it. There it is. I was gonna say, I know that they're in there. I mean, what's the Los version of this look like? Do we want to talk about that? Or do we think the negative version is the good version? Well, let's go down lower on some of these things. Let's get equivocation in there. Get Hacktivist in there. Film Critic is not a bad include. Let's try out that Spinal Modem. Need more draw then. I don't know how to fit the Earthrise into this deck without losing a lot of money. Because I want the Scrubber. I guess I don't need the Scrubbers. I guess setting up and winning is better than having Scrubbers. What does Trimath even splash for? One? That's not terrible. I'll cut the Film Critic for that. Let's get an Archives interface in there. Come on, opponent. Ball there. Anybody? Come on. This is always the weirdest part about playing on JNet, is just waiting for someone to join the game. Because now we're buried super low. All right. Hopefully we'll get somebody in a minute here. Xanadu. Draw. All right. Alrighty then. Oh, that'll shut down your Atlas train real fast. My favorite is when somebody reses a vanilla and then I keep de-resing it over and over and over again with Rubicon Switch because it costs me 0 and then it costs them 2 or maybe 3 if they're over 10 each time they want to res it. Feels great. Let's check HQ. We're not going to trash it because that's a dead draw that I want them to draw. Oh, please give me the bad pub. Okay. Let's check some face. We really need to get Rubicon down ASAP. We really need to get Rubicon switch or force some ice reses, or we're going to be in trouble. Let's run HQ. There's the Tricholite. We are in trouble. If we can't get some way to pressure, things are gonna get real weird. But at least now Hernando does something. I don't know if we're going to be fast enough here, but we're going to try our damnedest. Yeah, that's bad. We just lose in 2 turns. Yeah, I think we just lose here. So this is one of the biggest problems, is how do we just keep from this type of situation where they just decide that they're never going to res ice. I don't think Trick of Light rotated, did it? Oh, it did. I mean, I don't know what to do here. Like, we've got no outs. Like, when people just don't res ice, the deck does nothing. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, I'm getting kind of frustrated because I never get these kind of draws when I play Titan. I'm always struggling to find pieces until, like, turn 13 when people are completely set up. Yeah, no medium's pretty bad. I don't know. I'm still trying to find decks for this weekend's tournament. Well, the real issue is Anarchs now have no native, like, normal multi-access of any kind, really. Because Bagat only half counts, and there's no keyhole, there's no medium. So, as an Anarch, if you want multi-access, I mean, we could try to get En Passant into the deck. En Passant might be the power boost. Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue with playing something like the Clot, a Source would probably be a better fit, because Clot, we don't have it built into this deck, the means to, like, get it out and keep it out. I don't know. Because if they don't res ice, it gets trashed. So then if they do... Right. The Clan Vengeance deck is a whole nother deck. I think Anarchs should eventually have a card that gives you an additional access for every bad pub that the Corp has. Maybe even just once per turn, not even a program, probably a resource that once per turn, when you make a run on a central server, you can access one additional card for each bad pub the Corp has, because it looks like they're going, now that blackmail doesn't exist for its exploitation, they are doing like a bad pub credit manipulation as a balancing mechanic for how bad the conspiracy breakers are as a whole at breaking. Blackguard. That would be tough. I mean, I'm thinking, as weird as this is going to say, this type of deck may work better in Los, because Los gets all this shit for free. Then he can add in better breakers. I mean, you can still even put the Xanadu in there for him, right? Like, 4 influence for 2 Xanadus is not bad. And then you can just give him, you know, breakers that actually work. And then the other thing, that's the key, is Los has Temujin, so they have to res ice, or they give you a mountain of dollars, right? So I think that's really what it comes down to, is if you do something like this in Criminal, you actually get the ability to say, if you do not res ice, it is a problem. Which I like. And the other thing is, you know, you have legwork. You have HQ interface if you want to go more permanent. If you want to make his console Gauntlet, you've got Gauntlet, and that's pretty good. And then he could just put in the equivocation, because he's got the Rubicon switch to tutor for, not Rubicon switch, the Rosetta to tutor for it. Oh, the birds. I want the birds to be better than they are. I just think it makes a deck that's way too clunky. I think it's better to just make like a solid criminal deck with Los that has like 2 Rubicon Switch and like a Kiros McIntyre and like 2 Hernando Cortezes. You know what I'm saying? Because then you're getting just like the normal good criminal stuff plus this flavor of making money and de-resing ice. Does that make sense? But yeah. Yeah, my dudes, let's talk about Forge Activation Orders. Yeah, I think Forge Activation Orders and Emergency Shutdown are both good Los cards. But yeah, that'll probably be what I work on for tomorrow. Anyway, I gotta go to work. Thank you everybody for taking time out of your Thursday to come hang out with me. It's always a pleasure. And if you enjoy what I'm doing, please take a look at the links in the show notes and consider supporting the channel. And until I see you all again, always be running.